Welcome to the first vlog and what is going to be a series of vlogs of me creating and building a Warhammer 40k Dark Eldar army. This is, for those of you not in the know, this is going to be a sort of two-pronged project where I'm both learning how to navigate YouTube and videography, as well as building a 2,000 point army for a large competition, which I hope to go to next year called Adepticon. For those of you who aren't in the know, Adepticon is a very large tournament hosted not too far away from Chicago. And I've never really gone to a big Grand Tourney like this, and I really just want to have an army and actually show up and be able to participate in said Grand Tourney. So the goal is I've got about 4,000 points worth of Dark Eldar built and unbuilt in different boxes, and I want to have at least 2,000 points painted and ready for a tabletop game, because I'm going to take them with me to go participate in that tournament. And this video is just a sort of starting point to show where I'm currently at with the hobby, what I've currently got built, what I've currently got painted, and where do I have to go from here. So without further ado, pretend that there's going to be some sort of transition. Woo! Okay, so taking inventory of everything that we've got here, I'm just going to start going from the left to the right. So down over here, we got a squad of Incubi. We've got a Archon that's mostly painted, still got to do the base. Got a work in progress Drazar. Behind them, we've got two Cabalites here that are kit bashed and converted. Hopefully I'm going to do a whole squad with these later on, so I got about like 8 more of those to do. Right here in the front is where I picked up a lot of Scourges. Now, originally I started off with 5 that were fully painted. You got these 3 right here, and then you got this one right over here, and then this one right here. They were originally built to have mostly shredders in their arsenal, but as time has gone on, I've learned that the better loadout is to go with Dark Lances. So actually, speaking of Dark Lances, I recently picked up about 15 of these guys on relatively cheap. I got them for $45. I think MSRP, they're about 40 per 5. So 45, you know, I'm not going to do the math on that right now. But yeah, I got them on the cheap. So really, I've got about 20 Scourges right here in front. And then I've got 5 more I've got it built. And so the eventual plan is I've got 1 squad of Dark Lances, possibly a second squad in development here. I'm going to have a Shard Carbine squad, and then eventually we're going to have a Haywire Blaster squad, and then this one over here is just going to be a Shredder squad. Just to keep things nice and simple. That's a work in progress. Behind them, I've got the Hand of the Archon right here, fully built, not primed or anything yet, but we'll get there. We have a squad of Mandrakes, or Mandrake Kill Team. We've got the actual combat patrol that's current right now with the Coven. So you got 10 racks right here. I've built a Talos and a Kronos. And then in front you can kind of see, it's a bit hard to see on camera, but we got a Homunculus right there. Behind them, we've got 5 Venoms in the back. Again, 2 of which I've already fully painted, but again, I may go back and repaint some of these things, because I painted these maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I first started in the hobby, and I kind of want to do an update on them. But you got 2 fully painted, and then 3 I'm working on a conversion for that one to put another sail, kind of like how I do with these 2. And then eventually I'm also going to put like actual units on these to make them look more unique and look more like Corsair Venoms. Over here we got some Reavers I painted. One of them is missing an arm right here, so I'm going to have to fix that up at some point. To the left of them, we've got 5 Cabalites in the back right here, fully painted. Another 5 Cabalites right over here. In front of them, we've got Lady Malice, who I still need to fully put together and paint. But she's mostly built and primed. Behind that, we have a fully painted Ravager. Again, it's another one of those things where I may go back and do some touch-ups with the paint, but for the most part, it looks pretty good with the scheme. And of course, behind that, I've got a webway gate that I'm working on. Moving over a little bit back to the left. I know I said to go left to right, but now we're going right to left. But here we've got 10 witches. And then in the front, we've also got 1 succubus, and then a Lilith work in progress. And then over here, we've just got some Inari stuff that I'm eventually going to fully put together and paint. The idea is I kind of want to run both the Dark Eldar army, but eventually I want to also branch out and build an Eldar army as well. And I feel like a good way to transition is to go Inari and then go full Eldar if I end up actually doing that. So yeah, that's currently what we've got. And so outside of this, we've still got all those boxes right there, which we can take a minute to walk over here and look at this. So we've got Combat Patrol, Second Combat Patrol. These are the ones that were released not too long ago, but have been since discontinued. These were the good ones. So I've got 2 Ravagers and 2 Raiders I got to build from these, and then a bunch of Cabalites, of course. Over there, I've also got the Real Space Raiders Battle Force. Above that, I've got the Maelstrom Battle Battalion, which also needs to be built at some point. I've already built a lot of what's in here, but I still got to build more. And then above that, I've got another Corsair kill team. So, yeah. Lot to do, but it is slowly coming together. So what's next for me hobby-wise in this project? So hobby-wise in this project, I still got 15 incubi to build. That's going to be next because that's going to be a really easy process for me to do. I'm then going to build 5 more scourges and then restore 5 of them because 5 of them were, we'll just say they need a little bit of repairing. Then I've got 2 Ravagers and 2 Raiders to put together. After that, I've got a squad of Hellions and a squad of Reavers I've got to put together. And I may also be in the market of getting more Reavers and more Hellions, but they've been really scarce to find, as anyone who knows Drukhari knows that those are not really being printed right now, and people want them because they're good. But I'd like to have some more for my army, so I'm going to be on the lookout for those. So that's hobby-wise. So what are my goals when it comes to the YouTube channel? Well, the big goal is I want to be putting out weekly updates on my progress towards this project. And so I'm going to try and put out at least a short every Wednesday, if not a full-on YouTube video. It really depends on how much content I get through and how much stuff I make and how much progress I make. And that will shift on a week-to-week basis, but I'm going to try and at least post something every Wednesday. Past that, I do also want to branch out into tutorials. Specifically, I want to do stuff like building tutorials, conversion tutorials, painting tutorials, that sort of thing. And maybe I'll even get a newbie into the hobby and teach them how to paint. That is something that has been on my mind for a while and a video that I would love to do. Past that, I do also want to do battle reports at some point. Right now, I don't really have an army to do that, but eventually, whenever I get everything built and painted, I'd love to start doing maybe 1,000 points, and then once I get more stuff painted and built, maybe 2,000 point battle reports as I get to learn the game and get stomped by all the people who are very much better at this game and have been playing for quite a while. But yeah, that's everything that's on the agenda for right now. Oh my god, I'm dreading this next part so much. If you liked this video or you want to join me on this journey, please click the like and subscribe button down below, and then click the bell icon to turn on notifications. I'm gonna get so much for this.